Welcome back to Madam Across the New Horizons. I'm dear darling, as you see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhallow today. In a late night episode, mainly my own fault to be honest, because for some reason in my head I was like, oh, I have a pre-recorded episode for today because I'll be on holiday very soon for when this one comes up. And then it wasn't until not too long ago, I was just looking at my thing and being like, wait a minute, I don't have any episode uploaded. And I thought about it a bit more, but I was like, wait a minute, there's no episode that will come out today. Of course I haven't. But yeah, there's not much interesting to say, I suppose. It's just late at night, but even then not that late. Good evening, everyone. I'm here with a late night broadcast. I hope I can make it first. Right now it's 1:11 AM on Friday, June 7th, 2024. Yeah, we're not going to do anything crazy. We'll just sort of sit down, I think. But yeah, I mean, what am I doing right now? Not much, to be honest. I was anticipating the time, I suppose, until I'll be on holiday. Should be a grand old fun time, in my opinion. I've got pins and needles in my hands, I'll say that much. Yeah, what to talk about? I don't really know. Nothing really comes to mind. I would say that Video Pet's weekly quest is pretty crazy, right? This time it's like a flaming coconut or something. I was also going to log on to Neopets on my phone, if that's a possibility. But yeah, I don't really know what to talk about, to be honest. I've been listening to more of Epic, the musical, and I would say that the songs I've gotten to a point where they're very much and verily stuck in my head. Like what's it called? How does it go? This life is amazing if you greet it with open arms. That entire song, that might be my favourite song out of the sort of like anthology of Epic Musical. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically the story, I always get confused which parts of the story of Odyssey ? That trilogy of Troy, or whatever maybe it's necessarily called, was basically sort of like adapted into a musical by someone, and they did basically such a good enough job that I, and probably others, thought as well that like, oh yeah, this is like a legitimate musical which like a group of people made. But no, just this one guy was like, you know what, feel like making a musical, and make a musical he did. Oh yeah, I need to do like thumbnails and stuff. That's fine, I'll do that after this. I will be doing a thumbnail that we usually need for today's episode. And I guess all the temporary placeholder ones, I was going to see if I could finish the new thumbnail out of time. Not happening, to be perfectly honest. So that's not, I was going to see if like I wouldn't have to make this new thumbnail, like a placeholder thumbnail for each one, but still do. 3, nope, 5, I can't count. What have I even been talking about? Like making a musical, I don't know. What would be symbolic? It's very difficult to answer that question. A horse? This life is life is amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of good songs of that one. What else is a really good one? Oh, I really like the Warriors of a Mind, whatever it's called. The one sung by Athena and Odysseus. How does it go? I can't remember. Just something about the tune is very enticing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't know. The thing that impresses me, I think, most about Epic is not only are the songs like catchy and all that, and jam-worthy, and the sort of like notoriety and popularity that it's accrued. It's just more like a guy who just like sat down one day and sort of went, you know what, I feel like kind of just like making a musical. Obviously, I don't think it was quite as like just like that as I'm making it out to be. I'm sure there was a lot of big old thought process that he went through. He was deciding like what parts should be cut, which parts shouldn't, like how the song should evolve, etc., etc. It's just, I don't know, I guess the idea of being able to just be like, oh yeah, just do it like that, bada bing bada boom, easily done. I guess that just the idea of that is very interesting. Like how, I don't know, because maybe I'm the wrong person to ask, because I'm not like someone who, I'm not Andrew Lloyd Webber. I'm not someone who makes musicals in my spare time or anything like that. But maybe I'm the wrong person to ask to be like, how can someone just make a musical like that? Because maybe it might be easier than you expect. Like, obviously, you got like a lot of songs you had to write. You can't just make one song, as I'm sure you usually could, if you make songs. In this case, it's very much like you gotta make like this entire plot for one, and you gotta make it all like tie nicely together. You gotta make it engaging, entertaining. A different one of these songs to like match your mood, etc., etc. I don't know. I guess what I'm just trying to say is like I find it incredibly impressive that he just like made a musical, just like that. I don't know why, like conceptually, it feels so confusing to just like straight up make a musical like that. It's probably like a really normal thing to do, but still, something about it in my brain is just like, it doesn't make sense. You wanna make a musical? What are you talking about? It's genuinely impossible. No one can make a musical, which obviously doesn't make any sense. Of course, like, well, maybe not literally anyone can make a musical, but people can make a musical if they want to. The greatest inhibitor is not so much the actual potentiality of it, I suppose. It's more your own knowledge and skill is probably a greater inhibitor. But yeah, it's I forgot what I was going to say. It's very, very cool. Just like, in general. Oh, sorry about the yawn. It will probably be a shorter episode today. Not too much shorter. Man, it's mainly at 1 a.m. It's hard to keep a conversation going. Even weird about I've recorded some Animal Crossing episodes at 1 a.m. but now I feel more tired, if anything, recording this one. Maybe it's just anticipatory for tomorrow, is why. Yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say, to be honest. Just sort of vibing, relaxing, having a good time, having a ball. Don't stop me now. Yeah, I don't know, just sort of like improvising. No, okay, hold on, wait, not improvising. This musical was definitely not improvised. If you managed to improvise the entire musical, that would be a whole different level, I think, of impressibility. That's like play it by ear standards, but this is obviously very impressive in its own right. But let's not pretend that it was like let's not pretend something it was something it's not. It was some guy like sitting down to write. I don't know. It sort of like gives me the same impression. Maybe I can't like justify this properly, but like imagine someone just was like, oh, I'm just gonna sit down. I'm just gonna record a absolute banger movie or something. Like 1-2 hour like epic or something, which really like challenges you emotionally and has some beautiful cinematography and directing choices, etc., etc. Just something like that. But I guess that's how I feel like when it was just like, oh, this guy just like sat down to write a musical one day, and then boom, epic appeared. Honestly, I didn't know the plot of Odyssey before, so I'm glad for its existence to at the very least shine a light on that. So I don't know how much of it is true necessarily. Well, okay, sorry, not true as in like it happened in reality, but true as in it's actually part of the story or not. Like how much it like gets adapted, etc., etc. But it's kind of like Gulliver's Travels or whatever, except for, you know, Odysseus can't really like catch a break. If I'm perfectly honest, it just is like a rough times all around for him. Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna do, to be perfectly honest. Do a bit more of a Fawnhallow? That's probably not happening. How many videos do you need? I need to like title and something. I can't really do that. Like, why is my mouse speed so low? I have quite a bit, to be honest, but it's probably not actually the hardest thing in the world to title these. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully by well, actually not by the time you're watching this, I'll probably be asleep, but by the time you're watching tomorrow's one, you know, I'll be having a lovely time on holiday, soaking in the rays of the sun, having a grand old time. Or not, who knows? Maybe it's an absolutely terrible time. Anyway, sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. It's just, this world is amazing if you go in with open arms. Kind of messed up the lyrics because I kind of forgot what the lyrics were for a split second there, but no biggie, no biggie. This life is amazing if you welcome it with open arms. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. You get what I'm putting down? Yeah, I feel my back like it's been hurting as well a lot recently. Maybe probably a better sign that I do need to get a new chair. But yeah, I don't know, just sort of like, if anything, I guess it's ironic it's called Epic Musical, because it feels like it must be an epic of itself to actually create that musical in the first place. I know it's not technically finished right now, but like it feels like the songs are complete enough that it sounds finished to me, to an extent, to be honest. Because now that I think about it, a lot of songs in Act 2 are just sort of like bits and pieces here and there, which, you know, I guess most people would probably struggle to describe as being finished necessarily, but certainly underway, right? Anyway, I guess I'm going to round this episode off here, mainly because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. On likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope we see you up again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now. And I guess anticipate my return.